Good morning, all of you. I'm Anto Isaac, physical education teacher, Kendriya Vidyalaya Golden Rock, Trichy, Chennai region. I would like to say something about the National Sports Day, which is being celebrated all over India in the schools of Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. On this occasion, I would like to say something about Major Dhyan Chand, a legend in the history of sports of India. In the field of hockey, where he excelled in the world level. To say something about him, 3 Olympic gold medals in 1928, 1932 and 1936. During an era where Indian players hockey team dominated the world of hockey game. His influence extended beyond these victories as India won the field event in 7 out of 8 Olympics from 1928 to 1964. Dhyan Chand was born in Allahabad on August 29, 1905 in a Rajput family. He was the brother of another hockey player, Roop Singh, and the son of Shraddha Singh and Shamsheshwar Singh. Dhyan Chand's father was enlisted in the British Indian Army and he played hockey for the army. Dhyan Chand has 2 brothers, Mool Singh and Roop Singh. Because of his father's numerous army transfers, the family had to move to different cities such as Chandigarh and other cities. The family settled in Jhansi, Uttar Pradesh in India. In his early career, Chand enlisted the first Brahmins of the British Indian Army as a Sipahi. Following, the team won 18 matches, drew 2 and lost only 1, receiving praise from all selectors. Coming to the next point, successfully lobbying for reintroducing field hockey in the Olympics, the newly formed Indian Hockey Federation made preparation to send its best possible team for the 1928 Amsterdam Olympics. In 1925, an inter-provincial tournament was held to select the team members. 5 teams participated in the nationals: United Provinces, Punjab, Bengal, Rajputana and Central Province. Chand got the permission from the army to play in the United Provinces team. And finally, after 34 years of service, Dhyan Chand retired from the Indian Army on 29th August 1956 as a lieutenant, that is acting captain in those days. The government of India honored him the same year by conferring the Padma Vibhushan, India's 3rd civilian honor. After retirement, he taught at coaching camps at Mount Abu, Rajasthan. Later, he accepted the position of chief hockey coach at the National Institute of Sports, Patiala, a post he held for several years. Chand spent his last day in his hometown of Jhansi, Uttar Pradesh, India. Dhyan Chand died on 3rd December 1979 from liver cancer at the All India Institute of Medical Science, Delhi. He was cremated at the Jhansi Heroes Ground in his hometown. After some initial problems of getting clearance, his regiment, the Punjab Regiment, accorded him full military honors. And coming to some of the fitness programs for the children, I would like to give you some tips regarding this. Please, students, please note this also. That is health and wellness. The first part was about Dhyan Chand on the occasion of the National Sports Day. Second part is about the health and fitness for the students for taking online classes due to this COVID period. Health is the most important aspect of life. There is nothing more crucial than health of a human being. When we are healthy, we are able to enjoy our life well. We can laugh, smile, enjoy food, talk to our near and dear, and sleep well. When our health is not at the best, we are unable to like anything. We cannot enjoy eating, watching sports or movies. We are unable to talk nicely with our near and dear or even sleep properly. Our health is more valued than our wealth. In fact, our elders have said that health is wealth. To maintain good health at its best all the time, we need to take care of hygiene and sanitation around us. We must eat healthy and complete diet. We must eat vegetables, milk, eggs, etc. Just ensure that we take sufficient amount of carbohydrates, proteins, minerals and vitamins. Further, we must maintain cleanliness in our room, our house and nearby surroundings. In addition to those, fitness is needed to stay on top of physical health, physical and mental fitness also. For a person to be successful and contribute positively to the society. Buddha said, to keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise, we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear. We can maintain mental fitness by regularly exercising of mind, by reading, writing, problem solving and learning new topics. If I keep a brain idle, it becomes dull and slow. We need to maintain good relations with our relatives, friends and colleagues. We can improve our physical fitness by exercising regularly in the morning and evening. We can do walking in fresh air or jogging near parks. We can do works out in gymnasium. We can keep our organs fit and working this way. When we are physically fit, we feel ourselves on the top of the world. We get lot of confidence. We clean our body of all waste produced in our body. We will not become obese. Many diseases do not come near even us. We may be lethargic. Others too will like us. Maintaining health and fitness need not be costly. It is with the reach of everyone. We need to devote some attention and time to these aspects. Otherwise, we may have to spend more money on medicine, clinics and doctors. We may have to spend our time too. If we keep continuing even when we grow and become old. As Dr. Kenneth Cooper said, we do not stop exercising because we grow old. We grow old because we stop exercise. So I say, stay healthy and fit and enjoy the life most. These things can be done when the normal life comes. Until then, stay fit, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you. Have a good day.